Hi, I'm Captain Matt Gelati. We're here today with Firefighter Muniz. He recently just participated in an awesome competition out in Ohio.
Yeah.
So we're here today to kind of find out a little bit more about what it all entailed.
Yeah, it was an awesome opportunity. It was at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio. The event was World's Strongest Firefighter. There were 16 of us from across the world. We represented 4 different countries. And yeah, it was a really cool event. It was something that, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for sure.
How long did you train for this? Obviously, it's not just a week kind of thing. You probably put a lot of time in.
So it was only about 7 weeks as I had when I found out from when I was accepted to compete to competition day. It was just about 7 weeks. So just under 2 months. So it came on quick and had to really kind of push it hard for 2 months.
And then the application process, or how did you find out about it? And then how did you have to what did you have to do to actually be selected to be a candidate for it?
Yeah, so it was honestly on Arnold Schwarzenegger's Instagram. It said, hey, now accepting applications for World's Strongest Firefighter. And I was like, well, give it a try. You know, I have experience with powerlifting. I did that for about 10 or 15 years, but I've never done strongman before. So I was like, well, you know, give her a shot and see what happens. So I put in a little application thing, just kind of, you know, who I was and where I was from and things like that. About 3 weeks after that, I got an email saying, hey, can you send us a little 1-minute intro video and some of your lifts from powerlifting? And I was like, sure, absolutely. So I sent them the videos from a couple years ago from the last meet before COVID, and then a little 1-minute intro video, who I was and why I wanted to participate. And then about another 3 weeks went by, and I got an email one day that said, hey, congratulations, you've been accepted to compete for World's Strongest Firefighter. So just kind of took off from there. So I think I found out like January 10th, and then yeah, March 6th was the competition. So definitely a quick transition. There was a lot of kind of hiccups of trying to learn how to make a strategic plan with dieting and the training process and all that, and that was definitely the hardest part was the eating and that part of it. So
no, it's definitely hard to kind of stay off the sweets and all the other good foods at the station, especially. How many hours on a daily basis did you put into working out?
So yeah, I worked out about 4 or 5 times a week and only about an hour and a half a day. Now sometimes I would do an hour and a half of training, like actual working out in the morning, and then I would do cardio in the afternoon. I thought with kind of being one of the smaller competitors, I was the 3rd smallest competitor, my cardio was going to help me the most, and you know, I think ultimately it did. But yeah, I definitely spent a lot of time on cardio and also the strength training of it too.
What place out of, you said 16 people total, what place were you at the end of the competition?
So I took 10th place, 10th out of 16th. You know, it's kind of down to myself, you know, for not, you know, kind of being a little bit higher up, but on the deadlift event, when I attempted my deadlift, I felt a weird little pop in my back, and you know, ultimately I still have a career that I have to worry about, and you know, kids at home that I have to pick up and stuff like that. So, you know, when I felt that, I gave it one more little attempt, and I realized like, nope, it's not happening. I don't want to push this farther than it had to. So taking 10th out of 16th with only completing 3 out of the 4 events was, you know, looking back at it was pretty significant. So
we kind of found out that some of our folks kind of went out there, took a nice little drive to support you.
Yeah.
How awesome was that to have like guys that you work with just make that drive, be out there to support you, along with your family, obviously too.
Yeah. No, it was unbelievable. It was heartfelt, and it meant the world to me to have, you know, 4 guys from the department drive 10 hours to Columbus, Ohio, you know, making fat heads and things like that to support me. Meant the world. You know, it was something that I felt that I had the support from this department to put my, you know, my talents on the world stage, and to have people, you know, cheering and, you know, rooting for you from the stands is pretty epic. And you know, familiar faces in the crowd kind of always kind of give you that little extra boost to kind of do your best. So yeah, it was amazing to have those guys out there.
You got the chance to meet Arnold, is that right?
Yep, met Arnold Schwarzenegger a couple times. We had breakfast with him on Saturday, and we met him Friday night at an event. Really cool guy, really awesome. You know, he really made sure that we felt welcomed and that he, you know, we understood his support in this event. This is something that he came up with a few years ago. When the big wildland fires were happening out in California, Arnold himself went out there and started cooking meals for the firefighters. And the story goes is that he goes, these guys are really strong, and they do a lot of stuff in the community. We need to support them. So that's when the World's Strongest Firefighter came about, and it started in Santa Monica, California, in 2018 and 2019. No events were happening in 20 and 21 because of COVID. So this is the first year it's happened in a couple years, and it was at the Arnold, which is the biggest fitness expo in the world. There was over 80 countries represented there. We had more people represented in the world at this event than there was for the Olympics. So it's a very big platform, very big stage, and like I said, he made sure that we were taken care of in every aspect of our 4-day trip there.
Is there anything else that you feel like it's kind of cool to share, some experiences that you didn't really expect but you did get out of the whole deal?
Yeah, so obviously with being the biggest fitness expo in the world, there's a lot of bodybuilders, and there's just fitness people from all generations that were there, and people that I used to watch on TV as a kid or idolized with their fitness growing up was they were there, and I got to meet them, and they were eager to meet us, and to have your fans and your idols as a child want to come watch you and your event was just surreal. It was unbelievable to have like Ronnie Coleman and Arnold Schwarzenegger just sitting there and say, I'm coming to watch you at your event on Sunday was unbelievable. It was something that, like, as a little kid, like, oh, I wish I could meet that person. But then for them to come around and say, I'm here to support you and your event was pretty astonishing.
So you did mention something that when some of our guys showed up to support you, they had a big head, and I think we might have that from the audience.
Absolutely. Sterling Lehman had this made, so that was cool to see in the crowd. You step outside from the backstage, and you're about to compete a lift, and there's a big fat head of your face in the crowd. Was pretty cool. So
yeah,
shout out to Sterling Lehman for that. That was an awesome gift.
And this was part of one of the photos you had to submit for your application, right?
Yep. So we had to do media photos and things like that. There was a lot of media there this weekend from all different magazines and TV shows and things like that. So we had to come up with a media picture, and I had to come up with something like that. So that was the picture I chose, and I'm glad Sterling used that picture for the fat head.
And then something cool that you were kind of telling me before we started interviewing was the challenge coin. And I'll oh, there we go. I don't want to damage the goods, so I'll let you kind of do the presentation of it.
So this was from Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. It says presented by Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, Arnold Sports Festival, March 2022. So just really cool. It just kind of says World's Strongest Firefighter Challenge Coin. It's got a helmet on the back, and then it has a logo that they designed. Yeah, just a really cool experience, and for Arnold to go out of his way multiple times to come visit us and talk to us meant a lot. It was something that, like, oh, this isn't just something for a PR. This guy seriously cares about us and wants to show us how much he respects us and our career choices that we've made.
So do you think you're going to go for next year as well?
Yeah, absolutely. If they allow me to, yeah, I'd love to go back and compete. And now I kind of got the jitters out a little bit of what the event was going to be and what the experience is, and I think that'll definitely help me next year with preparing a little bit, and not only being 7 weeks out, I can have a year to kind of prepare and kind of get things squared away and kind of thing, prepare for a little bit better. The support that I felt from the department and the community was huge. I was getting texts and emails and Instagram messages and all that stuff to say, hey, we're watching, congratulations, thank you for representing. It's a really cool thing, and there was no one else. The closest person to me that was competing was from Las Vegas, or Ohio, I guess you could say. So there was no one else anywhere near from here. So to kind of represent the Midwest as a whole, not just Johnson County or Kansas, the Midwest was pretty cool too. And to meet guys from Ireland, firefighters from Ireland and Czech Republic and Canada and all across the world, it was a real humbling experience to meet these guys and all the efforts that they put into to getting there as well. And yeah, we had a blast. So